High-stakes world of modern warfare, speed isn't just an edge, it's the razor-thin line between survival and annihilation. But what if the world's most advanced fighter jet is already outpaced by the future? Enter Elon Musk, the visionary who's transforming everything from space exploration to electric vehicles. Now he has a bold, game-changing vision for combat. Musk believes the US military must abandon the old guard, say goodbye to manned systems, and embrace the realm of hypersonic missiles and drones that move so fast, they'll strike before the enemy even realizes what's happening. But here's the real shocker. Musk isn't just tweaking current tech, he's outright slamming the F-35, America's cutting-edge fighter jet. He calls it a shit design. So what does this mean for the future of warfare? Can we really replace human pilots with machines? And when speed surpasses the sound barrier, where does that leave the F-35? Get ready to dive deep into the collision of speed, stealth, and technology, because the future of war is already unfolding right before our eyes. Elon Musk's assertion that the F-35 is a shit design may sound extreme, but it's rooted in a critical analysis of its design flaws and the broader inefficiencies of the military-industrial complex. According to Musk, the F-35's fundamental problem lies in its overly ambitious requirements. The jet was intended to fulfill multiple roles: air superiority, strike missions, intelligence gathering, and even aircraft carrier operations, each requiring different capabilities, making it a complex and expensive jack of all trades, master of none. Musk has been vocal about how this all-encompassing approach led to the program's downfall. The F-35 design was broken at the requirements level because it was required to be too many things to too many people, Musk explained. This led to a program that ballooned in cost, faced chronic delays, and was riddled with technical issues, with billions spent on a platform that struggles to meet its promises. Musk's blunt critique extends further. Success was never in the set of possible outcomes. This wasn't just a misstep, it was a fundamental flaw in the conception of the program itself. But Musk's critique isn't just about the F-35's design flaws. He believes that manned fighter jets, like the F-35, are rapidly becoming obsolete in an age where speed, precision, and automation are paramount. The rise of drones and hypersonic weapons has rendered traditional aircraft vulnerable. Manned fighter jets are obsolete in the age of drones, he declared. The concept of placing a human pilot inside a jet, vulnerable to enemy fire and limited by human reaction times, is increasingly impractical when faced with the capabilities of drones and hypersonic missiles. For example, the US military is already testing unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs, like the MQ-9 Reaper, which can carry out surveillance and strike missions without putting a pilot's life at risk. Similarly, drones like the X-47B, developed by Northrop Grumman, are designed to operate autonomously from aircraft carriers, showing that unmanned systems can now match or exceed the capabilities of traditional manned jets, without the inherent risk to human life. Musk's blunt critique also points to the massive cost inefficiencies tied to the F-35 program. The fighter jet's total cost is projected to exceed $1.5 trillion over its lifetime, making it one of the most expensive weapons systems in history. Musk's frustration with the program is clear. In a post last month, he exclaimed, "Some US weapons systems are good, albeit overpriced. But please, in the name of all that is holy, let us stop the worst military value for money in history, that is the F-35 program." This line of thinking aligns with Musk's broader vision of prioritizing advanced technologies that offer better performance at lower costs. Hypersonic missiles, for example, are rapidly gaining traction as next-generation weapons, capable of reaching speeds over Mach 5 and evading most existing missile defense systems. Countries like Russia and China are already testing hypersonic missiles, and the US is also pouring resources into developing its own capabilities. These missiles, by their nature, are designed for rapid, precise strikes without the need for manned aircraft, which Musk sees as outdated. Moreover, Musk points to the growing role of AI and autonomous systems in warfare. A prime example is the development of autonomous combat drones, like the US military's Loyal Wingman program, which is creating drones that can fly alongside manned aircraft to carry out missions autonomously. These drones don't need a pilot in the cockpit, and they're not limited by the vulnerabilities of manned jets, such as human fatigue or the need for life support systems. Musk's argument is that warfare in the future will increasingly rely on these autonomous systems, which can operate at a speed and scale that humans simply cannot match. This view is supported by the rapid advancements in AI, which are enabling machines to make complex decisions in real time without human intervention. The F-35, with all its flaws and its reliance on human pilots, represents a step backward in this new era of automation and precision. Ultimately, Musk's bold vision for the future of warfare isn't just about replacing the F-35, it's about rethinking the entire approach to military technology. He envisions a future where machines, not humans, do the fighting. Hypersonic missiles, AI-driven drones and autonomous systems will dominate the battlefield, and manned fighter jets will become a relic of the past. For Musk, the key to winning future wars will be speed, automation, and the ability to strike first without risking a single human life on the front lines. And as the world enters this new age of warfare, the question remains: can the US military embrace this vision, or will it continue to cling to outdated systems like the F-35, despite their glaring flaws? This expanded paragraph delves deeper into the specific examples and technologies that Musk is referencing, from drones and UAVs to hypersonic weapons and autonomous systems. It also highlights the inefficiencies and inherent risks of manned fighter jets, offering a broader view of Musk's vision for the future of warfare. While Musk's critique of the F-35 and manned fighter jets is bold, it reflects a broader shift in military strategy that's already gaining momentum across the globe. The future of warfare is increasingly focused on speed, precision, and automation, three areas where hypersonic weapons and drones are poised to dominate. Hypersonic missiles, capable of traveling at speeds greater than Mach 5, are nearly impossible to intercept with existing missile defense systems. The US and other nations are already racing to develop their own hypersonic technology, understanding that the ability to strike a target at such incredible speeds could render conventional aircraft obsolete. For example, the US Department of Defense's Prompt Global Strike program is designed to develop weapons that can reach anywhere on Earth in under an hour, providing a new kind of deterrence and strike capability that doesn't rely on the vulnerabilities of manned jets. In addition to hypersonic missiles, we're seeing significant advancements in autonomous drones, which are not only cheaper than traditional fighter jets, but can also operate without risking human lives. Take the Boeing X-51, which became the first aircraft to achieve sustained hypersonic flight in 2013. While this is an experimental platform, its success shows the potential for hypersonic technology to be integrated into military operations. Similarly, the DARPA Falcon project has been working on designing a reusable hypersonic aircraft that could carry out rapid global strikes. Musk sees these advancements as a game changer in modern warfare, systems that don't need pilots to be effective and that can strike first with unparalleled speed. The concept of preemptive strikes becomes far more feasible when you have hypersonic weapons and drones that can reach their targets in minutes, rather than hours or days. Another example of this shift is the development of the SR-72, a hypersonic reconnaissance aircraft that could potentially reach speeds up to Mach 6. The SR-72, which is being developed by Lockheed Martin's Skunk Works division, is a direct successor to the legendary SR-71 Blackbird, which was once the fastest manned aircraft on Earth. But the SR-72 isn't just faster, it's also designed to be unmanned, showcasing a growing trend in military technology, removing humans from the equation. The ability to operate at hypersonic speeds without the constraints of human physiology opens up entirely new possibilities for surveillance, strike missions, and intelligence gathering. Whether used for reconnaissance or as a delivery system for hypersonic weapons, the SR-72 epitomizes the shift Musk is advocating for: machines that can do the job faster, smarter, and without the risk to human life. Even foreign adversaries are recognizing the importance of these capabilities. Russia and China have already developed their own hypersonic missile systems, and they continue to advance their drone capabilities to match. The Russian Zircon missile, for example, is capable of reaching speeds up to Mach 8, making it one of the fastest missiles in the world. Similarly, China's DF-ZF hypersonic glide vehicle is designed to penetrate missile defense systems with incredible speed and maneuverability. This global arms race to develop hypersonic and unmanned technologies further underscores Musk's point. Traditional manned fighter jets like the F-35 may be increasingly irrelevant in a world where speed and automation define the battlefield. The implications of these technological advancements are profound. If the future of warfare is dominated by autonomous systems and hypersonic weapons, then the US military's strategy and budget allocation need to shift dramatically. Instead of pouring billions into outdated systems like the F-35, the focus could shift to developing hypersonic missile defense systems, autonomous drones, and AI-driven combat units. These technologies offer the promise of greater speed, fewer casualties, and the ability to respond to threats with precision, all while reducing the human cost of war. Musk's vision isn't just about replacing a single aircraft, it's about fundamentally rethinking how wars will be fought and how the US can maintain its military dominance in a rapidly evolving technological landscape. This expanded paragraph delves deeper into the global shift toward hypersonic and unmanned technologies, offering several specific examples of cutting-edge developments. It highlights the growing role of autonomous systems and how they challenge traditional manned aircraft, while also emphasizing the strategic implications of these advancements. It reinforces Musk's argument that the future of warfare lies in technology that operates faster, more efficiently, and without human risk. As the world hurtles toward this new era of warfare, the question remains, can the US military adapt fast enough to keep up with the changes, or will it be left behind, clinging to outdated systems? The stakes are high and the implications are vast. Imagine a battlefield where speed isn't just an advantage, it's the key to survival. In this world, every second counts, and the ability to strike first is the difference between victory and defeat. Manned fighter jets like the F-35 simply can't keep up. They're too slow, too complex, and too vulnerable to the kind of speed and precision that unmanned systems and hypersonic weapons provide. Picture this: a hypersonic missile launched from halfway around the world, traveling at Mach 6, screaming toward its target at unimaginable speeds. In the time it would take a traditional fighter jet to reach the target area, the missile has already struck, leaving no time for counteraction. The enemy is left scrambling to respond to a threat they didn't even see coming. This isn't science fiction, it's the reality that's unfolding before our eyes. Countries like Russia and China are already investing heavily in these technologies, and while the US is playing catch-up, Musk's call for action is urgent. The US military must embrace the future now or risk falling behind. But this isn't just about keeping up with the competition, it's about redefining how wars are fought and won. Imagine a fleet of autonomous drones working in perfect harmony, each one equipped with AI that allows it to make real-time decisions without a human pilot in the loop. These drones can fly faster, longer, and more efficiently than any manned jet ever could. They don't need to refuel mid-mission, they don't need to rest, and they don't need to be constantly monitored by a human. They're designed to carry out complex strike missions with pinpoint precision, all while avoiding detection. This is the future Musk envisions, an army of machines that are faster, smarter, and more lethal than ever before. The potential of these technologies is staggering. In the future, we might see fleets of hypersonic missiles launched from remote locations, striking with such speed and accuracy that retaliation is nearly impossible. We could witness entire fleets of drones working in tandem, overwhelming enemy defenses with sheer numbers and automated intelligence. The key isn't just about having advanced weapons, it's about how these systems can work together, with AI and automation making decisions in real time, far quicker than any human could. In Musk's view, the future of warfare is clear. The battlefield of tomorrow will be defined by machines that operate at speeds and with precision that humans simply can't match. It's a future where the need for pilots and the risks to their lives is eliminated. The focus will shift from protecting soldiers in the air to making sure we have the most advanced, automated systems that can neutralize threats before they even appear on the radar. And while some may argue that this future sounds too far-fetched, the rapid pace of technological advancement suggests that it's already here. The only question now is, will the US military embrace it in time, or will it be left watching from the sidelines as the world moves on without them? As this technological revolution unfolds, the US military faces a profound dilemma: to continue investing in outdated, expensive systems, or to leap forward into the future with hypersonic weapons and autonomous drones that promise to reshape the very nature of warfare. The decision isn't just about military strategy, it's about national security. In a world where adversaries are already deploying hypersonic missiles and AI-driven drones, the US risks falling behind if it clings to its traditional methods of combat. Imagine a future where a nation's military might isn't defined by the number of fighter jets it possesses, but by the speed and precision of its missile defense systems and the intelligence of its drones. The idea of a first strike capability has always been a cornerstone of military strategy, but with hypersonic weapons in the mix, this concept takes on an entirely new meaning. No longer do you need to rely on a human pilot to fly into enemy airspace to deliver a blow. Instead, a missile can be launched from thousands of miles away, bypassing traditional defenses with its speed and maneuverability, striking before the enemy even has time to respond. The US military is already working on developing these capabilities, but how fast can it innovate before its adversaries like Russia and China cement their dominance in this field? Time is of the essence. In this high-stakes race, Musk's vision is clear. He's not merely advocating for replacing the F-35, he's pushing for a complete overhaul of the way wars are fought. The future of military conflict isn't about flying jets in dogfights or engaging in long-lasting battles. It's about swarming the enemy with autonomous drones, launching hypersonic missiles that can travel faster than the speed of sound, and relying on AI to make rapid decisions that humans could never hope to execute in real time. This shift means that the US military must pivot away from its reliance on human pilots and instead prioritize the development of unmanned aerial systems, hypersonic delivery systems, and AI that can outthink and outmaneuver any opponent. Consider the potential of a fleet of AI-powered drones working together in a coordinated strike, each one autonomously identifying its target and executing with precision faster than any human could react. These drones wouldn't just be tools in the traditional sense, they would be an extension of the military's will, able to carry out complex operations without the need for human intervention. Whether conducting reconnaissance, carrying out high-risk strikes, or even infiltrating enemy airspace unnoticed, these drones would operate as a unit, each one playing a crucial role in a larger, far-reaching mission. This is the future Musk envisions, and it's not just about replacing manned jets. It's about making warfare more efficient, more precise, and, crucially, less reliant on human lives. For Musk, the key lies in automation, speed, and the ability to strike first. In a world where adversaries are already making use of hypersonic weapons and autonomous systems, the US can't afford to delay. The time to act is now, or risk being left in the wake of a new generation of warfare that is faster, smarter, and deadlier than anything we've seen before. The urgency of this technological shift cannot be overstated. As the global arms race accelerates, nations are not just looking at the next generation of weapons, they're looking at how quickly they can integrate and deploy these systems. The US is at a crossroads, faced with a unique opportunity to redefine its military strategy, but the clock is ticking, and every delay in adopting hypersonic and unmanned systems gives adversaries like China and Russia more time to strengthen their arsenals. It's a race where the winner won't necessarily be the country with the most fighter jets, but the one with the most advanced, agile, and automated force. The real question is, will the US military be the one to set the pace, or will it be forced to play catch-up? In recent years, the US has made substantial progress with missile defense systems like the Terminal High Altitude Area Defense, THAAD, and the Aegis Ballistic Missile Defense System, which are designed to intercept and destroy incoming threats. However, these systems were built to counter traditional missile threats, not the unprecedented speeds of hypersonic weapons. The development of faster, more maneuverable missiles means that the US must rethink its defensive capabilities, and it's doing so with a focus on counter-hypersonic technology. Yet, as Musk points out, defense alone isn't enough. To maintain global dominance, the US must not only defend against hypersonics, but also develop its own offensive capabilities that can outpace any potential threat. The need for speed is paramount. Hypersonic weapons aren't just about reaching targets faster, they're about changing the entire tactical landscape. Musk's insistence on shifting the US military's focus from manned aircraft to unmanned drones and hypersonic weapons is rooted in the simple reality that speed and precision are the ultimate force multipliers. Whether it's a missile that can strike anywhere on Earth in less than an hour, or a drone that can carry out an intelligence mission without detection, the future of warfare is defined by rapid, decisive action. The US must invest in these technologies now if it hopes to stay ahead of its adversaries and maintain its position as the world's most powerful military force. In this sense, the future of warfare is no longer about sheer force. It's about the ability to strike first, to outmaneuver the enemy, and to make decisions faster than any human could. This is the driving force behind Musk's call for a complete overhaul of the US military's focus. While the F-35 and similar manned aircraft may have been revolutionary when first conceived, they are no longer the future of combat. The next era of military power will be defined by the nations that can harness automation, artificial intelligence, and hypersonic technology, and the US must act now to ensure that it is among the leaders in this new age of warfare. The transition from traditional combat systems to advanced automated warfare is more than a technological evolution. It's a revolution in how nations view power, security, and strategy. As new technologies emerge, the fundamental question becomes, who will control the future of warfare? Musk, with his bold vision, believes that the US can remain at the forefront, but only if it shifts its focus from outdated systems like the F-35 to the cutting-edge tools of tomorrow. This isn't merely a matter of replacing one aircraft with another, it's about rethinking what it means to fight a war in the 21st century. In a world where time, speed, and precision are the ultimate currencies, the US must place its bet on hypersonic weapons, unmanned drones, and AI-driven combat systems if it hopes to stay ahead of global competitors. But Musk's call to action isn't without its critics. Many argue that the US military is already investing heavily in technological advancements, and that the shift toward automation and hypersonics, while promising, may be too far-reaching. The US has already poured billions into the F-35 program, and many see it as a symbol of American military might. However, Musk isn't just criticizing the F-35 for being expensive or inefficient, he's calling it a symbol of what's wrong with the military-industrial complex. A jack of all trades, master of none, he's said, highlighting the fact that the F-35 was designed to do too many things for too many people, making it a bloated, complex system that struggles to live up to its promises. This isn't just an opinion, it's a warning shot. The world is changing at an unprecedented pace, and the military-industrial complex must evolve with it. The old way of thinking, where a new aircraft or fighter jet could secure dominance for decades, is rapidly becoming obsolete. Just as the F-35 was once touted as the ultimate multi-role fighter, new technologies like hypersonic missiles, autonomous drones, and AI-based systems are quickly becoming the new standard. The question is no longer whether the US military can afford to make this transition, it's whether it can afford not to. The stakes are higher than ever. If the US continues to double down on outdated systems, it risks losing its technological edge to adversaries who are already investing in the future of warfare. Countries like China and Russia are not waiting for the US to make its move. They're actively developing and deploying hypersonic weapons and autonomous drones right now. In fact, China's rapid strides in hypersonic missile development have already raised alarms in the Pentagon, with some experts warning that the US could soon find itself outpaced in this critical area of defense. The US military cannot afford to ignore these developments. The future of national security depends on adapting to the technologies that will define the next generation of warfare. For Musk, the answer is clear. The US must stop clinging to outdated systems and embrace the future with open arms. Hypersonic weapons, autonomous drones, and AI-powered defense systems are the new frontier, and those who fail to evolve with them will quickly be left behind. With the right vision, investment, and strategic focus, the US can once again lead the world in military innovation, just as it did in the space race of the 20th century. But to do so, it must act decisively, embracing a future where speed, precision, and automation dominate the battlefield. The last stand of manned aircraft. As the future of warfare shifts, we find ourselves at a pivotal moment for manned aircraft like the F-35, which has long been considered the backbone of modern air forces. The days of dogfights and aerial combat are quickly becoming a thing of the past, overshadowed by the rapid rise of unmanned systems that can strike with precision and avoid detection. The US military has invested billions into these aircraft, but as Musk points out, their design is fundamentally flawed. The F-35 was meant to be the multi-role fighter of the future, a jack of all trades. But in trying to serve too many purposes, it has become a jack of none, too expensive and complex to meet the demands of modern warfare. While it may still have a place in the air for certain missions, the question remains, how much longer will such systems remain relevant in a world dominated by hypersonics and drones? The reality is that a fighter jet designed decades ago can't keep pace with the new technologies redefining combat. The F-35, despite its advanced capabilities, is already vulnerable in this new landscape. As the world's adversaries move toward autonomous systems and weapons that operate outside the constraints of human limitations, the need for manned aircraft is diminishing. The F-35, once heralded as the future, is now a reminder of the past, a symbol of a time when human pilots were indispensable. The future of air combat is not in the cockpit, it's in the skies, controlled by AI, swarming with drones and dominated by hypersonic missiles. In the age of hypersonics, the traditional rules of engagement are being rewritten. Hypersonic weapons, with their incredible speed and maneuverability, render conventional missile defense systems obsolete. The US faces an unprecedented challenge. How do you defend against a missile that can travel at speeds of Mach 5 or higher, capable of changing course in mid-flight? This isn't a hypothetical threat. This is the reality that nations like Russia and China are already preparing for. With advancements in hypersonic glide vehicles and missiles, the concept of deterrence is undergoing a dramatic shift. In this new arms race, the US must develop its own hypersonic weapons to maintain a credible defense and deter potential adversaries. For Musk, the importance of hypersonic weapons is clear. These weapons provide not just an offensive capability, but a strategic advantage that cannot be overstated. The ability to strike any target on Earth within an hour fundamentally changes the calculus of warfare. In a world where speed is paramount, the US must not only keep pace with its adversaries, but leap ahead, developing weapons that can strike first and strike fast. Hypersonics are not just the next step, they are the next leap in military technology, and Musk believes the US must lead the charge. Artificial intelligence is the unspoken hero of this new military revolution. While hypersonic missiles and drones grab the headlines, it's the underlying AI technology that will truly transform warfare. AI has the potential to outthink and outmaneuver any human opponent, making rapid decisions in real time that no pilot or general could ever hope to match. Musk envisions a future where AI not only controls autonomous systems, but also makes strategic decisions, analyzes battlefield data, and even predicts enemy movements based on patterns and intelligence gathered from around the world. The integration of AI into military systems is already underway, but its full potential has yet to be realized. From drones that can perform complex maneuvers without human intervention, to missile defense systems that can adapt to threats in the blink of an eye, AI will be the backbone of the next generation of military technology. Musk sees this as an essential part of the future, where human lives are no longer at risk in combat, and machines, smarter, faster, and more precise, take on the role of defending the nation. With AI at the helm, the US military could gain a level of operational efficiency and adaptability that no human-led force could hope to match. The rise of hypersonic weapons, drones, and AI-driven systems has far-reaching implications, not just for military strategies, but for global geopolitics. As countries like China and Russia ramp up their investments in next-gen warfare technologies, the balance of power is shifting. The US can no longer rely on its traditional military might to maintain dominance. It must adapt to the new technological landscape. Nations that fail to innovate may find themselves at a strategic disadvantage, unable to respond to threats posed by unmanned systems and hypersonic missiles. This shift in military power isn't just about technological superiority, it's also about influence and deterrence. Nations with the most advanced military technologies will have the upper hand in shaping global politics. With hypersonic weapons able to strike anywhere in the world within minutes, the concept of traditional deterrence based on nuclear weapons or large standing armies becomes less relevant. Instead, the new form of deterrence will be the ability to launch a precise, devastating strike at a moment's notice. Musk's call for the US to embrace these technologies is not just a matter of national defense, it's about ensuring that America remains a dominant force in a rapidly changing world order.
The future of warfare is no longer a distant concept. It's here, and it's evolving every day. For the US to maintain its position as the world's most powerful military force, it must invest in the technologies that will define the battlefield of tomorrow. Hypersonic weapons, AI-driven drones, and autonomous combat systems are no longer optional. They are necessities for survival. Musk's warning is clear. The US must act now to stay ahead of the curve, or risk losing its technological edge to adversaries who are already making strides in these areas. This is a call to arms, not just for the Pentagon, but for the entire defense industry to embrace innovation and take bold risks. The US military must adapt to the new realities of warfare, not just in terms of weapons systems, but in terms of strategy, training, and operational readiness. The technologies that will define the future of warfare are already here, and the US has the opportunity to lead the way. But that leadership will require bold action, visionary thinking, and a willingness to invest in the future of combat today. The question remains, will the US seize this opportunity, or will it let it slip away?